Welcome back everybody to Kitchenorama, and thank you for joining me in celebrating the National Ice Cream Day, which is tomorrow. And we are going to be making some yummy-licious homemade kulfi. For this recipe, you need 2 avocados. You need 1/2 of papaya, seeded and chopped into fine pieces. You need 1 cup of sugar. You can use cane sugar or powdered, whichever one you have. 1 cup of cashews, almonds, and pistachios finely powdered. I'm using 2 quarts of half and half. 2/3 of this will be used for condensing and 1/3 will be used for blending with the fruits. If you have an Instant Pot, go ahead and turn the saute mode on. If you do not have an Instant Pot, you will definitely need a thick bottom pan for this. Once your pan or your container is warm enough, go ahead and add your half and half into the container. Now I'm using 2/3 of the 2 quarts. I've already taken 1/3 portion out and separated it, set it aside, and I'm gonna go ahead and empty the rest of my half and half in this container. Now one of the things that is completely unavoidable in this recipe is the need for constant stirring. Yes, we will have to keep stirring for the mere fact that you don't want the milk to burn at the bottom. As you see that the milk starts getting to warm up a little bit, and at this point you're going to go ahead and add your sugar in. Keep stirring, and as you start stirring, you will see that the milk starts forming a layer of cream on it. And you want to keep stirring it till you see that the milk is coming to a boil. At this point, go ahead and add half of the nut powder, because I'm going to hold off the half for later, and start whisking it up all together. Now, if you are dumping your entire nut powder at one time, just like I did here, you will see that it starts forming some lumps. So if you have any help at home and you're not recording this video while you're cooking, make sure you're putting it slowly in. As you see, with passage of time and constant stirring, the milk has started to become thicker in consistency, and you can see that it has a good creamy consistency to it, and you can also see those fine granules of your dried nut powder. Now go ahead, and after 30 minutes of your saute mode done, turn your Instant Pot off, and at this point the rest of the heat in the container is enough to further thicken your milk into a condensed milk form. Now I do not prefer taking store-bought condensed milk. It's an easier way out. But the store-bought condensed milk is plain, and it does not have the nut mix that we are adding. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out and keep it aside for cooling in a container. While my milk or my condensed milk is cooling off, I'm going to take my blender and I'm going to put my chopped avocado pieces in it. I'm going to make sure I empty everything that I have. And at this point, I'm going to add some of that withheld milk. Remember, in the beginning I did not use all the milk for condensing. I did hold back 1/3 of the milk. So that 1/3 of the milk has been divided into 2 equal portions because I have 2 fruits to blend. I'm going to use the first half to blend my avocados. And once my avocado paste is ready, I'm going to add a half of my condensed milk portion and whip my fruit again. Now here, I tried being a little creative, and I am using a bundt cake pan. The biggest mistake I did was I directly poured into the container. I did not line it with a sheet of plastic, which I should have. Or if you're trying to really get creative and you want that shape to your ice cream at the end, make sure you're using a silicone bundt cake mold instead of a hard one. Now once your avocado blend is ready and you have made a layer, go ahead and layer it up with some of that fine powdered nut mix that we made, and we're going to sprinkle it right on top of it so that we create a good layer. You might have realized what we're trying to do here. We're creating an avocado layer, and then we have this whole nut mix layer, and then yes, of course, we're going to top it off with the papaya paste that we're going to create right now. Once we layer it off, go ahead and do that. It was a messy process to flip this thing after this froze. It froze very well, but it just did not want to let go. And that's exactly the reason why I'm saying you should be layering up it inside with either a plastic sheet or even better, use a silicone mold. Now, after you're done doing that, go ahead and repeat the same process with your papaya pieces. You're gonna add your milk, your condensed milk, and papaya fruit is very soft, and I'm using ripe papayas, so I don't have to really blend them separately. I'm dumping everything in together and I'm giving it a good whip. And as you can see, that papaya piece just did not want to go back in, so I had to really open it up and mix it again. And here the papaya paste is ready, and I'm going to go ahead and put my papaya and condensed milk mixture on top of the nut mix layer that I made. I'm going to layer it up, and then I'm going to tap it till I make sure that everything is set. And then I'm going to cover it with a thin plastic wrap, and I did freeze it overnight because these are fruit blends. Now when I turned it around, it was not this pretty. It was messy. I had to refreeze it, and then I had to take a knife and cut it around. If you want to save yourself the hassle, go ahead and go the easy way. And here your awesome homemade kulfi is ready. Garnish it with your favorite nuts and enjoy with friends and family. Stay cool this summer and happy National Ice Cream Day.